Hit with a class action lawsuit from coworkers who spent thousands of dollars for what was supposed to be a luxury weekend of food, art, and music. It didn't turn out quite that way.
But now they're under fire for their role in the now infamous fail.
Good afternoon. I want to start by stop it. I want to start by thanking the legal team at She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, and my publicist Jordan Beckwith at Beckwith Skank Models, putting out some legal fires this morning. And I also want to thank the LA Fire Department for putting out some literal fires this morning. I want to begin by apologizing to the fans of the Breakroom, my breakers, my roomies, my trash bags. When I dreamed up Talokan all those days ago, I never dreamed we'd soar to such big heights. But sometimes when you soar too high, you're gonna get burned. There's been a lot of news around Talokan today, and most of it's lies perpetrated by the mainstream media and Philip Molina, as well as my many, many enemies. I want to clear up a few things. At no point was anyone asked to sleep in a porta potty. Those were simply state-of-the-art micro suites designed by Elon Musk himself. Yes, there's a place to go to the bathroom, and yes, we asked you to sleep standing up. But you know who else slept standing up? Albert Einstein. He's a pretty cool dude. On the matter of the $500 hot dogs, this is a gross misrepresentation. Those were not hot dogs. Those were extremely rare dodo sausages made with natural casing from a white rhinoceros. Thank you to my personal physician, Dr. Nasty, for the recommendation, and I think you'll find the market value was extremely reasonable. Finally, as per the rumors, I was going to release a live tiger on the cast of the Breakroom as part of mandatory fun. That is outrageous. It was a jaguar, and I was told it's extremely docile. Now, all those fat cats in their offices up in the new Rockstar's penthouse want me to announce that Talokan is canceled. And that breaks my heart. My achy breaky heart. So I'm not going to do it. I'm here today to announce you can't cancel Talokan. Talokan cancels you. So we're bringing it back this Friday for at least an hour. I'm pushing for 2. I might stay and live stream all damn night. Talokan will be bigger, badder, more intense, more celebrities, more game shows. We don't have Shaquille O'Neal. We have O'Neal Shaquille, the Irish breakdancer. Okay? Don't worry about who's showing up. There's going to be mandatory divorces. There's going to be mandatory weddings. We're going to be auctioning off cattle. We're going to be shearing sheep. Everything's going to be amazing Friday at Talokan. And I can guarantee you this. If I promise you one thing, Friday Talokan is going to be TGIF. Talokan going in fucking hard. Thank you.
Tommy, that's right. Talokan has been postponed to Friday due to legal reasons.
Yes.
Legal reasoning.
We're all bracing ourselves for the inevitability.
But it is coming this Friday. It's going to be better than ever. We had a heck of a show on Saturdays. You guys held it down on Saturday.
Great work on Saturday.
Incredible work on Saturday. This is the break room.
I can't wait to meet O'Neal Shaquille.
the Irish
yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah, he's going on after Smush.
Who's Smush again?
Smush is the world's best Slash impersonator. He's 3'9" and he shreds like an MFer.
Oh, okay. I like that.
You guys,
don't forget about Fart Simpson either.
Don't give away all the good stuff.
Simpson.
So yes, if you turned in today looking for Talokan, it is still happening.
Yes.
It's going to happen this Friday. It's going to be even bigger now thanks to all your support throughout the week and on Saturday.
All the generous financial contributions will be you're going to see it all on screen, guys. I'm not pocketing most of it. Most of it is going to go right on screen. And guess what? Give generously this week. Who knows what we'll get for Friday?
Who knows? Who knows?
Chris Fine.
We still have Jess
A sexy
Fest.
Chris Fine.
We do have Jess Fest.
And do not forget that, part of Talokan is Jess Fest.
Yes.
We also have a 5-minute Brandon Barrick soapbox.
Oh, I had 4 originally.
We bumped you up another minute.
Baby.
Because we push things, we're accommodating all of our guests. And Zach Huddleston will sing his classic Gary Oldman.
Yeah.
We need Zach to sing the Gary Oldman.
Yeah. Also, just on the real, we did want Zach to be here.
That is
a big reason for why we're moving it to Friday.
Yeah.
But pretend the anger is why. pretend the anger is galvanizing it, and not just the longing in my heart for Zach.
Someone said reverse strippers better be there. People that put more clothes on?
That's right, reverse strippers.
They start naked.
Uncle Dev TV, you feel cheated? How do you think I feel? I had the FBI at my door this morning, 6 a.m., kicked down my door. My wives were devastated.
Also, you guys, you just got to tune in on Friday.
Yeah.
Friday's the shows that we go the craziest for anyways.
Yeah,
It'll still be fun.
Yeah, Comic-Con turned out to be a very eventful event.
Yes.
There was so much that we had to push Comic-Con back to Friday.
People are still on private jets trying to land. They've been orbiting California for days.
I heard Kevin Feige took a private jet from Hall A to Hall H.
That's true.
A 3-minute flight.
He's an eco-terrorist or whatever we're calling Kylie Jenner.
Oh my God.
Ja Rule, canceled for Comic-Con. We're not having Ja Rule there, although he was a main investor. And to all my other investors, the check's cleared. Deal with it, dummies.
Beautiful. Welcome back, ultimately and wholeheartedly, to the break room. I hope you remember where you're at. Welcome back to the break room. This is our daily news show that keeps you updated on all nerd news. And today, after following the weekend that was San Diego Comic-Con, God bless, we're talking about Black Panther today. We are talking about it because there's so much to talk about and so much that we have to discuss with you guys. And yes, me and Tommy are matching, and thank you for noticing. And let me introduce our first guest, who I love so dearly, who held it down with me on Saturday, Eric Owusu.
Hey, Internet, how's it going? Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, yeah. Always
You have
a
to
pleasure
hold my
have
hand
you
the
on.
entire show, though.
That's going to cramp immediately.
Hands across America. And we have Tommy Bechtold.
Great to be here. And yes, you guys were incredible on Saturday. I, as I had said before, was officiating a wedding. But I watched that entire hour and a half back on delay, and I was so excited. I was like, this is genuinely entertaining for an hour and a half. You know how long it takes me, or how hard it is to get me to pay attention for an hour and a half to anything?
It's difficult.
I haven't looked at my son in years. But he's watching right now, so give me camera 4.
Which wife is this son with?
David Jr.
David Jr.
This is your father speaking. I miss you, and I want to take you to a ball game. Have your attorney call me and iron it out.
And then we also have Brandon Barrick.
Hello.
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 Today we have some amazing things going on, but I think the most amazing thing that you guys are probably going to be looking forward to is our redemption today. If we get $500 today, we're going to call Eric Voss.
Yeah. Live on the air.
We're gonna call him live on the air.
Live on the
We're
air.
gonna stop what we're doing, call him immediately. We'll harass him. We'll ask him questions. We'll talk to him as long as we can because he's busy.
not going to be happy about it.
He is not going to be happy about it. He's
Not the
busy
slightest.
doing a bunch of breakdowns, and we're going to interrupt for some fun.
Yeah.
Some little funs. And remember that we also have the break room on TikTok, _breakroom, where you can see content from Tommy and content from me and Eric dancing. If you just want to
Yes.
see a couple of goofs dance.
I'm on there sometimes.
No, okay.
And Brandon was our first break room shower
Thank
thought,
you.
and I believe our most liked break room shower thought so far
Thank
was
you.
What I consider a very disturbing thought: meditation on Cyclops' grooming and cleanliness.
We all want to know.
He uses a bidet. On to our headlines.
Headline.
So there's a new Black Panther poster. Let's take a look real quick. It's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Ah.
Gorge.
It's an official poster.
Yes. Can you explain it in detail behind? Because Dash was standing in front of it for me.
Well, we have Shuri in the front. They're doing the Wakanda Forever pose.
Yes.
There's a silhouette of a Black Panther in the background. I don't know who that's supposed to be, if that's supposed to be Chadwick or someone else. And it looks like his mother is there, and Nakia is there as well.
Ooh, beautiful. I love it. I love it. Give me more posters. Lupita mentions that on their call sheet for shooting Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, they left the #1 spot blank because it was always going to be reserved for Chadwick Boseman. She said that he would always be with us. And I love that even you're seeing it on camera and you're seeing it off camera, you're seeing it everywhere, that they're mourning still and also paying respects in as many any ways they can. Oh my gosh, we also get our first look at our sexy Namor. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this man.
Our respects to sexy Namor.
Yes.
The sexy swimming king.
Look at him. Are we happy with how he looks? We're happy?
I'm happy with it. Yeah, absolutely.
No
I think he's
I like his goatee. Looks like a magician.
He looks like a magician. I still can't see most of these photos, but it does. I looked at this. I've seen what Namor looks like, and I am very pleased.
He's raising his hand like, is Talokan on Friday? Did I hear that rumor? Yes, please stop chatting that it's canceled. I can read it. It hurts my feelings. It's on Friday. You can't cancel the uncancelable.
Yeah.
You know how many cancelable things I say on a daily basis? That's like I don't exist.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Jose Rodriguez getting us there.
Wait, we will come back to these super chats in a minute, so thank you. Black Panther Black Panther is ending Phase 4. This was the, if you were watching Saturday's stream, I wilded out. I wilded out a lot.
Yeah.
I definitely wilded out the most for Secret Wars, but this really shook me once we found out that Black Panther's ending Phase 4, because you have to end on a huge bang, right? You have to end with like something huge. So do you think, Kang will appear in this, right? It has to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think so. We were kind of talking about it around the office. I was most surprised to hear them use the term Phase 4 because I felt like they haven't really used it. And that's been the media, because they're the ones that trained us on this whole phase thing, right? That was Marvel. And now we use it all the time. And now we were all like, Phase 4, Phase 4. And they're like, we're making stuff, yes. But it was kind of surprising to see like, oh yeah, it is Phase 4. And it's almost Phase 5 and now there's Phase 6 and all this. But they have ended on like Avengers movies before the phases, but they've also kind of ended on non-Avengers movies where it'll be like, you know, Phase 3 technically ends with Far From Home, not Endgame. Right? Like that's still Phase 3. And like Phase 2, I think ends with like Ant-Man, like after Age of Ultron.
Okay.
So there's like a little bit of trickery that goes into that, and I think they said something at the panel where the sagas are going to end with the big team up movies. So like the Infinity Saga, right, was everything from Phase 1 through Endgame.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So like sagas will end with a big team up movie.
Not the
phases will just kind of end when we say so.
I just think it still has to be big. It's still, like, we know that, and I don't want the big news to be that Namor and Wakanda are fighting. They team up. Like, I'm like, okay, that's cool. I want to know who's coming up. Who's going to show up at that end credit scene where we're getting introduced to Phase 5.
Right.
I want to know what that is.
I think, though, right now, we've seen so much more of Kang than we ever saw of Thanos at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like Thanos, we had two little blips. We had that whole episode, right, of, you know, He Who Remains. Maybe not necessarily Kang proper, but He Who Remains at the end of Loki. It feels like there isn't that moment where Thanos goes, fine, I'll do it myself. And we're like, oh, okay, now he's doing it. We're already beyond that. So I kind of agree with some of the people in the chat. It might be another villain at the end of Wakanda Forever that is either something that brings together Namor and the Wakandans, or something that just appears in a post-credit scene. Like, you know, I'm hearing Dr. Doom over there.
People have been rumoring Dr. Doom for a long time to show up in Wakanda Forever. Right. I would love for that to happen, especially. So Fantastic Four is coming at the very beginning of Phase 6, right? So I guess you would need to introduce him pretty soon,
right?
And I was wrong about Secret Wars. There's someone in the chat that was like, Jessica, could Secret Wars come out in 2025? And I said, no, dummy. I completely am sorry. I ate my words, and I apologize.
I mean,
to whoever that was.
I was surprised to see that myself. I mean, ever since they said the word incursions in Multiverse of Madness, I was like, this is what they're gonna do. This is gonna be a big deal, and that's the best way to get them into Secret Wars.
Right.
And I think with everything we've seen in Phase 4 thus far, with all these so much multiverse stuff, so much timeline stuff, so much realm stuff, they're gonna go crazy.
Right.
And Secret Wars is just gonna like wipe the slate clean, I think, and bring us back to a new place. So right now we're just gonna go over the place.
Right.
And you know what I'm seeing? I saw all those titles go up on that timeline, and I thought, lots of casting opportunities for your boy.
There you go.
Get me in there somewhere. There's 2 more phases. I'm going through a phase right now. Just ask my wives. They're saying I'm eating a lot of green vegetables. I'm in the gym. I'm working hard, and I'm hardly working, if you know what I mean.
Hardly working at the gym?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
I would
hardly
love to...
working.
Oh, I
working hard, working so hard it's hardly. You get what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying. I would love Doom to show up. I clearly am not the aficionado on timelines as I thought I was with Secret Wars coming literally in 2 years.
Yeah.
What insane to me. Still insane to me. No director. Whatever. I do believe you guys in the chat with Doom. Eric Voss is probably right because he's right about most things. Let's go on. Oh, do we want to? Okay, so we got some polls actually. Do you like Namor's Aztec makeover? You guys said 94.
Wow.
94.
Wow.
The year I was born.
I mean, Dodson did phrase it as Aqua Spock, which I think this is a little bit of Spock hatred going on in the chat.
Yeah.
But I also I like this like indigenous kind of look to
Yeah,
it. It's very cool. It's very different.
Do you think we'll see Kang in Wakanda forever? No.
Oh, a lot of
69 said no.
Saying
Said no.
nice
Outright.
results.
You guys only did that. You said that so you could hit that 69.
Yeah, everyone in the chat conspired to get to that number.
I mean, we do know that Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is like the first thing in 2023, I believe. So
February 7th.
Yeah, which will be after Wakanda Forever. So it would make sense to get a little Kang in Wakanda Forever.
A little bit.
And it would be interesting if that movie ends with, you know, Wakanda and Atlantis teaming up and being like, we got to deal with Kang because they're the two most powerful. They're going to be the two most powerful entities in the world.
On Saturday, I didn't get to get a good look at that poster for Quantumania, but that is the Kang that we kind of see in the comics. Did you see the like helmet what he's wearing?
That's the Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Right?
So that's not the Kang that we saw in Loki, right?
That's He Who Remains.
Yeah. Oh, that's That's He Who Reigns. So we're getting we're just gonna
he's
get
dead.
different versions of Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
We're just gonna keep getting. So in
they're
Wakanda
all
Forever, it could just be.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all gorgeous.
Each one more beautiful than the last.
Well, and that will be really interesting if, unlike, you know, we've had this question of variants looking different or looking the same. If every Kang just looks the same, that'll be an interesting take on it.
Well, it'll be the same like face. It'll still be Jonathan Majors, but I do think they're gonna change drastically.
Different
Well, I mean, because like Franklin Richards is a Kang, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
He looks completely different. But like, if they're just like, no, that's also Kang. It looks just like Jonathan Majors.
They just do the little like skinny Steve Rogers thing. To,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, they
put Jonathan Majors' face
head
on like a little
on
kid.
teenage boy or something like that.
But with the variants, I mean, we've seen people look very much the same, like the Doctor Stranges in Multiverse of Madness. But then also, Loki's variants all looked different from him. Though there was the kind of mayor one who was in the green suit that looked just like him. But
There's a couple that
They
look
went
like him.
into it.
So
And
everything's up for grabs.
they went into it on, and I can't remember what interview where they kind of discussed like why Loki's variants look different and someone else's look the same.
Well, they were saying like Loki's look very different because of the chaotic nature of the
of
Loki.
him.
That like the choices that get made affect him so differently that he gets like looking so different. And then I think with the Spider Boys, it's kind of the same thing. Like it's such a drastic character that they all look different. Now it's all really just casting and who owns what. And blah, blah,
who can
blah,
do
blah,
what with where and how
blah.
and
Who can
when.
do it what with where.
What you want.
I want to be
where
a
you
Toad
going.
variant in the X-Men.
There you go.
Frogman?
Oh, there's Toad.
No.
Toads and frogs are different.
Hey.
Frog and Toad are friends.
Like I said, we're talking about Black Panther today. We're going to talk about everything from Comic-Con this week. We're kind of splitting it up so we're not just jumping all over the place on every single day. But as we talk about Black Panther, let's talk about Namor for a second, okay? Do we think that this is this going to be a situation where Atlantis has been there the whole time? And it may not be called Atlantis.
Yep.
We're still calling it that for right now. Where it's been around for a while and like no one knew about it, or has it been around and Wakanda was very much aware of it and just didn't tell anybody when they started sharing all their knowledge? I don't think it's just going to be like, hi, we just got here. We've been living underwater and never made ourselves known.
I kind of think it is. I think it's more so, I think that birthing scene is of him in the trailer.
Of Namor.
Yeah, and I think it's more so, I kind of, and I could be completely wrong, but I feel like they're going to kind of fall asleep with Killmonger, where it's like, these people are ruining things, we need to like fight, and Wakanda's gonna be like, no, these people we're all people. And they're gonna be like, like we gotta fight them. And so I do think it's gonna be like, they never made a sound, they never really got involved until they got forced into it.
So they're sucking down our microplastics, so they're like, what's going on up there?
They're like, why are there so
Or
many
perhaps
straws?
the birth of Namor parallels the birth of T'Challa. Maybe they're not going to have him be thousands of years old or anything like that. And maybe it's like he is the first of this generation of are we calling them Atlanteans or what are we? I mean, are we calling it
We call them
Hotlanta?
Homo Mermanus.
You said Hotlanta?
Yeah,
Hotlantians.
Atlantis. But I mean, is it? like perhaps he's the one that is the first one to be like, let's get above the surface, you know, like maybe he like we do a Little Mermaid. He washes ashore, he sees a handsome princess or prince, and he's like, I want some of this.
Yeah.
So I'm getting on there. I'm riding a humpback whale with 25 of my best friends.
We're going 25 deep.
We're on spring break.
Yeah.
That's a breach. That's a breach.
Oh, that'd be a
right
fun
there.
story if he just like fell in love with Shuri, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Well, in the comics, Namor is the son of a human man and an Atlantean woman. They meet much like the Little Mermaid and they fall in love. Atlantis thinks that their woman's being kidnapped for a little bit and attacks everybody, but that's a whole other story. But part of the reason they meet is because Namor's father is searching for vibranium in Antarctica. And they're dropping some charges in the water and it disrupts the Atlanteans and that's how they all meet. Do we think that could be something here? Is vibranium, so far in the MCU, vibranium's only in Wakanda. In Marvel Comics, vibranium hit in Wakanda, but the meteor kind of sent it all over the planet and you find pockets here and there. Much like Antarctica, where how you get the Savage Land and things like that. Do you think this could be like a vibranium story? Is Wakanda trying to control all the vibranium? Maybe Atlantis is like, we're going to sell vibranium now. And Wakanda's like, absolutely not. No, you're not.
Well, I think so. I think there is some beef between the Atlanteans, or whatever we're calling them, and the Wakandans. Like, it kind of reminds me of that scene back in Endgame where Black Widow is FaceTiming, Zooming with War Machine and Rocket Raccoon and Captain Marvel and Okoye.
Yes.
And Okoye's like, yeah, there was an earthquake under the African plate, but it's probably nothing. And then Black Widow was like, what are we going to do about it? And she's like, it's underwater. That's what we're going to do about it.
Yeah,
So I think that was her hiding Wakanda's beef or business with the Atlanteans and not trying to, even though they've opened up their borders and whatnot to Wakanda.
They're still keeping a lot of secrets.
They're like, this is our thing. We're going to deal with this. And then it's going to get all haywire. And so I think that's what's going on.
Yeah, because I think both Atlantis and Wakanda, they're old civilization, right? They've been around. They were around, and they saw what was going on in the world, and they both were like, nope, we're out. We're done.
They pulled a Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Nope.
And then the life went on, and these two stayed their own and, like, kind of built up. I love this idea of them, like, coming back and being like, yeah, we knew about each other. You guys are all new countries. We don't want to talk about it. You don't belong here.
That's also a storyline that I could see them knowing of them and doing something. I just think they kind of stay in their own lanes until something bad just happens. I'm really stuck on that scene in the trailer of the people on the ship and them like putting divers in and doing stuff. Is that okay? You guys, I'll be honest. I watched the trailer a lot of times. Every time, did I try dissecting it? No, because I was crying. So it was really hard for me to like to watch it and be like, is this? That's not. The DODC?
I think
I thought it was for a minute.
I think that's like Wakanda being like, okay, yeah, there is something down there, and the U.S. with its hubris being like, well, let's send down some delegates. Let's send a diplomat down there. They put some chump in a suit and they send him down there, and the Atlanteans are like, nope,
no.
What the hell?
Slit his throat.
And that's why I think the fight is like, you guys are, no, we're not letting these people like come take over our freaking waters.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if really the Atlanteans should just sit back because we're doing a great job of killing ourselves.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe they're just coming here to be like, oh, how are those ice caps melting? Great. We need more
water.
Do we know exactly on the map where they are? Could they have been affected by the celestial coming out of the water?
That's a great question. So the Atlantis is somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean.
That makes sense.
In Marvel Comics, it's kind of described as like in between North America and Europe or Africa. So somewhere in the middle there. The continent was described as like a small continent about the size of Australia. Then of course there's other things like Lemuria and other ones. I don't think we'll get into that. But it was relatively big and it sank. Okay. I think Tiamat came out.
It did not break.
So did you.
It's just that side of the. It's just that side.
Tiamat kind of. It seemed like he was coming out in the Pacific, the hand. But in theory, like his foot might come out there.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
You think he stretched?
Because it was snowy where he came out, kinda.
Yeah, like because they were where that volcano was. That was kind of like Indonesia area. So that's where I imagine his hand was and his head. Maybe his foot poked. I like this idea. That his foot poked Atlantis and like, what the hell's going on up there?
Maybe that'll finally be where we address that
Tiamat
celestial.
And that's why people
that's
are
why
irritated
Atlantis
about
is
it.
pissed.
And Ryan Coogler's like, we are talking about it in our movie. You calm down.
We ran a poll in the chat that said, if Atlantis and Wakanda fight, Who do you think wins? And 63% said Wakanda.
Hell yeah.
I think you guys are just.
I think they're gonna come together. They're gonna come
Favoriting
together.
Wakanda.
I don't think Namor's an actual villain.
Let me tell
I
you
think
something.
he's-
When people fight, nobody wins.
I gotta
Okay?
take.
Hey,
gotta
John
take. He came
Costa's
in
got
so
to take.
quietly and
I'm sharing your
seriously.
microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
Talking to my boob.
You want
the
this one?
end of Black the end of Black
No,
Panther.
mine.
The end of Black Panther. They sort of announced their presence to
Right,
the
right.
world. Everyone finds out about Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be some fallout from that. I'm wondering if at the end of the movie, it's inspired people to be like, there are other hidden nations out
we gotta
there.
find
We gotta go find them, and that's what
Right.
that ship is. And they're just like, James Cameron's like, I know that there's some people living in the ocean, and that's how
I
they
will
get
make a
found out.
movie.
And now Namor is like, screw
Okay.
you guys. You're the reason people are trying to come find us.
Well-
and F you up.
On that
like
idea,
That's good.
I like that.
I love
I like
that,
that.
John. I love
Thanks,
that.
John.
Thank you.
I
John's
love-
like, this is what I would do if I was in that world.
Yeah.
I love the idea too. If there's some past beef where like Wakanda put down Atlantis, and then Atlantis sees that like the world's embracing Wakanda, and they show up and they're like, whoa, 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 these are not good people. Like they damaged us, they destroyed our cities. They've had plenty of fights in the comic books. In this trailer, we see a flood, and it looks like Wakanda's getting flooded, which does happen in the comics. It's crazy. Namor hopped up on the Phoenix Force, sends a tidal wave, and wipes out like basically all of Wakanda, kills a ton of innocent people, destroys cities. Wakanda gets their revenge. Don't you worry about it. They have a lot of beef. They're destroying each other a lot. But this looks like it's going to happen in this movie.
Yeah.
And you guys in the polls think Wakanda's going to survive. Will they survive this? Like, what do we think is driving to this point of what's going wrong? I mean, we know T'Chaka's got some skeletons in the closet.
Yeah.
Maybe he did stuff to Atlantis as well.
Oh, I just can't wait for Angela Bassett to scream at him. Get the back up. Give me 20 feet.
Matt Savage sent in a super chat that also was asking about the Celestials. I just lost it. Could the Atlanteans be pissed about the dead Celestial in the ocean and nobody doing anything about it?
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a great point.
Yes, Matt
Yep.
Savage.
If it's like seeping stuff into the ocean, they can be like, "Yeah, this thing is
And that's-
leaking all over the place."
And let's be
Something about
honest.
it.
Let's be a little. Pull the curtain back. That's a good way to, kind of link in the Eternals without having to like actually link in
Yeah.
an Eternal. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, the events of that movie do matter to the MCU, just because of this. And don't worry about the other guys.
Vortex Man 11 also sent in a super chat with a good point. He was saying the Wakandians and Atlanteans have probably been fighting for a long time. Why else did a relatively unknown country with very little insider interaction have such a massive standing army like we saw in Infinity War?
They've been getting
That's
ready.
a great point. They've been getting ready, but like,
They've been getting ready.
yeah, why were they getting ready? Because they knew they had to fight with these people.
That's why I'm like, I think they're getting ready. Also, not the same as Black Panther, but I do think with Black Panther 1, how he was like, Daniel Kaluuya's character was like, no, we gotta fight him, and Black Panther was like,
Right.
no, I'm the prince. What I say goes. Namor's probably like, we gotta fight, and people are like, should we? And he's like, no, we're going to.
Namor
I'm gonna
will
stand
fight.
I'm gonna stand my ground.
Yeah.
Or stand my waters.
Stand your waters
You touch my
laws.
butt.
No, the chair did.
I hope they have a stand your waters laws
listen.
in Atlantis.
If laws and butt touching are bringing you down, we want to thank our friends at BetterHelp. For sponsoring the Breakroom this week, multiple folks on the NR staff have used BetterHelp, including myself in the past, and are currently using it. We're big fans of taking care of yourself and your mental well-being. That's no joke, folks. Now, Talokan got moved to Friday. My wives are devastated. My girlfriends won't even call me back. Okay, so I'm doing a lot of damage control. I need to talk about it with someone. So a few folks at the channel have helped set up better. Okay, sorry. I have set up my own BetterHelp accounts, and some people here have even set up accounts for their family members. They have never tried family therapy before and just need a little encouragement. How wonderful is that? It's a really great way to get help to help someone you love invest in their own mental health. BetterHelp Online Therapy will assess your needs and can match you with your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours. I'm telling you guys, I did this myself. I have an appointment. They know all about me. Things that no one else knows. I overshared, and it still only took 10 minutes to set up. It's more affordable than traditional offline therapy, and financial aid is available. Check out all their testimonials they have on their website, a website of real users sharing their experience with BetterHelp therapists. And they have a special offer for our breakers, our roomies, our trash bags. Get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/breakroom. Use that code breakroom, remember. That's 10% off your first month of online therapy at BetterHelp.com/breakroom. We thank them. Thank yourself for taking care of your own mental health, guys. This is a gift to yourself. All right, now, speaking of gifts to myself, it's time for mandatory fun.
Yeah.
What a gift.
That's right.
A gift that keeps on giving.
Comic-Con may be postponed, but that doesn't mean that this segment ain't gonna own. Hit the graphic again! That's right. Comic-Con may be delayed, but that doesn't mean that this segment won't slay. Hit the graphic again!
Another one.
That's right. Comic-Con may have moved forward on the calendar, but that doesn't mean that we are not going to nail into this segment. Hit it again!
These are getting better, I think.
Yes.
I think they're getting worse.
Comic-Con may have been extended
baby,
just
stop.
4 more days, but that doesn't mean that this segment won't satisfy you in 4 play ways. Hit the graphic again!
Foreplay. I don't know what number we're on.
All right. It's really taking the wind out of my sails by no butting. 4 improvisers up here. Comic-Con gave us an absolute avalanche of news and announcements. It's all very exciting, but we're nerds, so we still need to complain.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who are old like me, there was a man on TV named Andy Rooney. And there was a show called 60 Minutes, which still exists, but Andy has been dead for something like 20 years.
20 years.
All right,
I watched 60 Minutes.
Andy's been dead for a while now, but his spirit lives on in this segment, which we're going to call Comic-Con Gripes. Now, Andy would complain about things like, why do bicycles only have 2 wheels? For my money, bicycles should have at least 4 wheels.
That's a
and they should be
quad
called
cycle.
cars. And they should have motors. How come people take their dogs outside? Back in my day, dogs were made for eating. And things like that. So, now,
Oh my God. Oh.
if you know, you know. Now, everybody here is going to get a chance to do their Comic-Con gripe. I want to start at the end with Eric. What is your Comic-Con gripe for today?
My Comic-Con gripe for today, this Monday here in the break room, is that we didn't get any information on the Marvels.
Yes.
Not that I saw. You know, Miss Marvel had a fantastic first season, one of the highest rated Marvel properties ever, especially on Rotten Tomatoes. And we got no indication of why Carol Danvers is in her bedroom in New Jersey. We don't know where Kamala Khan is, where she is in the whole infinite multiverse. I wish we got some information on the Marvels. You know, where is Spectre, or one of her many names? Monica Rambeau, Photon. Yeah.
Also, which name is she going to
She's
use?
got so many
Tell
names.
us.
I think it's Photon, right?
Photon was her mom's name, and the plaque in WandaVision, it said her mom's name, and then it said Photon. And I think she's just going to do Photon Jr. Photon daughter.
Spectrefon.
How did I slap you?
Slapathon.
From Spectre.
Well, we would know that if Marvel had given us some info on the Marvel
Thank
Comic
you.
Con. So,
From Spectre, Rambo. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
I don't know what that song's for. I'm joking. I know Inspector Gadget. I'm not that young.
You almost
I'm not
got kicked down
that
the
young.
building. You almost got kicked
I
down
almost
the
had a
building.
break room
better be
gripe.
joking.
I almost threw one of these gray hairs at you.
God, okay, y'all, I get it. I'm a baby, and this baby's got a lot to complain about.
Hey.
And not too much, because I was given the Black Panther trailer. I was satisfied. You gave me a little bit. I said, num, 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 num. But you know what I was not satisfied with? And I'll be honest. Blade! I wanted more! I don't think they know what they're doing with the Midnight Suns, so they're just giving us a little bit. They didn't give us enough. I'm also irritated about everything that's a mutant, but I'm more mad about Blade. I wanted to get more information for that and for Werewolf by Night. I wanted to know, and people are like, oh, they'll give more at D23, and I'm like, I'm not asking for D23. I'm asking for San Diego Comic-Con. I don't, D23 is for everything too. It's like for all Disney stuff, and I'm fine with that. But San Diego Comic-Con, girl, you better pull a lot. And I wanted more Blade information, not just here's the look at what it's gonna look like. I was like, my boys, you guys need to figure out what we're doing with the Midnight Suns.
Yep.
And give me more information, or else I'm gonna steal Kevin Feige's hat, and his big old head is gonna be out in the open.
Just getting sunburned.
Yeah, it's just gonna be getting
I
sunburned.
mean, they didn't even mention Moon Knight at all. I don't even think it was on their little graphic. Of,
No.
like, remember
No, it wasn't.
this last
No,
year?
it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was like some mystery holes in Phase 6, right? There was a lot of.
Well, yeah, they said at D23 they're gonna fill in everything on
Yeah.
Phase 6.
Oh, okay.
Come on, maybe me and Eric. Maybe me and Eric will also go to D23. Who knows? Who knows? We went to Celebration. Please, please, can we go? My turn. Hey, John, do me a favor. Play the graphic of sexy Namor. Hit it.
Is that a thing that exists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Namor nipples.
Yeah.
Hashtag Namor nipples.
All right, here for my money. One thing I'd like to see less of
I love your Andy Rooney
people
impression.
showing up in their actual costumes at Comic-Con. It looks stupid. It looks ridiculous. They have effects teams, and you know all these people spend all this money to make these suits look incredible on these cameras, and then we get everyone showing up in spandex at the con in character. It's cringy. It's embarrassing. Playing characters on a streaming show or TV is embarrassing. Everything should be nonfiction. Everything should be real, and everything should be shot documentary style. Unless Jonathan Majors is gonna be Kang the Conqueror 24/7, take the costume off. Unless The Rock is gonna be Black Adam, take the costume off. I just realized that I'm not attacking any white people, so this could become problematic. I want to go ahead. This isn't live, is it?
Go after the high
Are
evolutionary
you Team
now.
Michael Bechtold or are you Tommy?
Is this live?
This is live.
I gotta go.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
I see your point though, but like John Cena did a great job wearing his peacemaker.
Yeah, because his
outfit
costume
everywhere.
is nothing. His costume is pajamas.
Because he's white?
Their
Is it 'cause he's white,
it's
Tommy?
because he's a beautiful Christian white man. No, listen to me. This is more of a compliment to the. I realize it sounds like I'm
I see what
backpedaling.
you're
That's
saying.
your
though.
husband.
That's not
what you're
my
saying.
man.
Listen
That's
to
not
me.
my man.
Their costumes look amazing on film. Okay, and in the artwork, the poster for Ant-Man that has Kang in it, he looks great with the headpiece. In person, he looks like it's bad Tron cosplay. He looks like it's
is
bad
awful.
Tron cosplay. This segment is awful.
No, I mean just going in on them there.
Tommy, racist confirmed by our own channel. By our own. I told you New Rockstars is trying to erase me. New Rockstars is trying to destroy me.
Tommy, I'm on your side here because there's nothing like
God
when you're at a
damn.
con and you see like Boba Fett or something who
Yeah.
looks cool, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go get a photo.
Yes.
And you walk up to me, you're like, hey, can I get a photo? And you're just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And you hear the plastic
Yeah.
clinking
Click,
together.
click, click.
Brett, you guys are doing a great job with cosplay. It's not your
Yes.
fault. I wish everyone had machines that cut metal and could build whatever you want. But when you hear a costume move, it really takes you out of it. It really takes you out of it.
Here's
It takes me out of it.
who I want appearing in costume: Stripperella.
Oh, okay.
Any of the Magic Mike guys.
Reverse Stripperella.
Yes.
Jessica Clemons. Any of them. Those are all fine. Here's who doesn't need to show up in costume. Everyone else. Everyone else, just wear a polo and some khakis, okay?
And
They look cute.
what other accoutrement will they be holding that's on fire?
A tiki torch? Probably a tiki torch.
Heard it here first.
Here's my gripe. Here's my Comic-Con gripe. Hey! I'll do my Andy Rooney. Hey!
Yeah.
Hey! How come there's been no news about a new Dick Tracy project? Warren Beatty, give up the rights! Why won't you let anyone else do Dick Tracy? It's time for the new adventures of young Dick Tracy. You already set it up in the movie. You had a kid that he fosters and then he adopts, who goes by the name Dick Tracy Jr.
Yes.
Let that kid grow up in the mean, gritty streets of wherever Dick Tracy takes place. And now there's new gangsters. Even though it's 50 years later, it's still the 20s. And you got Tommy Two Eyes, and you got Frankie Four Ears, and you got Billy Stubfingers, and they're all bad gangsters. Make another Dick Tracy project. Why are you making me wait so long? Give up the rights, Warren Beatty. Give them up.
More like Warren Beatty.
More like Warren Beatty.
Hades.
I know. Stop. Don't.
Because he's a hater. And don't feed them any more fuel.
I said yep.
My own company started the fire in this chat, which we will be talking about afterwards. All right, play the graphic one last time so I can say
You
goodbye
know
to the
which
show.
graphic. You know which graphic.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Great to feel supported by the people you work with.
John. That had to have been John that did that. I
That's
got
fine.
eyes on
He
Philip
kind of
right
owes me
now.
one anyway.
I don't
so,
think Philip
all right,
typed it.
We're
I can see
square.
Philip. I don't think it was him. But he sometimes takes over. You never know when Philip's hiding in the chat.
Hiding in the shadows.
We've had a lot of great super chats today. Thank you for sending in those super chats. We're about halfway to calling Eric. We don't have much time left on the show.
I don't know. What do we do? Do we discount it?
No, they gotta earn it. I'm not getting yelled at by Eric for,
That's a fair
for
point.
loyal money.
That is a fair point because we are going to get in trouble, almost as much trouble as the new Rockstars commenter. We have had some great super chats today. One of them came from Kelsey Samanego. Kelsey Samanego? I'm saying that wrong. I apologize. Where in the world is Kelsey Samanego?
Where the hell is
She was saying, what if Wakanda was charged with protecting Atlantis, but they failed, and now Namor is exacting revenge?
Ooh.
I mean, that would be pretty
that'd be
good,
sick.
too. If they're like, we had a deal, and Wakanda has to be like, oh, yeah, rest of the world, there's Atlantis, we didn't protect them, and now they're pissed. Bye! We're closing the dome! We're closing the dome!
Close the dome. Go invisible.
Go invisible, close the dome. We're just mountains and trees now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was so much in this trailer. And at the very end, we saw the suit. The suit
Has some claws come out.
With the gold trim, had some claws in it. You know, John and I were discussing, is that a masculine form? Is that a feminine form? Very hard to tell. Very gender neutral, the form. Couldn't tell.
It was a good butt, regardless.
Good butt. Whoever's butt it is, great butt work. Tommy doesn't think your suit looks good in person, but I think it looks good.
I think your butt looks good on screen.
But who do we
Whoever
think
it
is in the suit, okay? Is it Shuri? Is it Koye? Is it Riri? Probably not. I mean, she's got to build another suit.
know,
Is it Ramonda, who's Angela Bassett's character? Nakia? M'Baku? Killmonger back from the dead?
I don't think it's M'Baku because I liked
He's
M'Baku
thick.
in the first.
He's thick.
He's
Oh,
also,
I thought
he's
he
a
was
thick
dead. I
No,
said, no,
no,
he's
he's-
not.
no,
Not
he's a
only
thick
is
daddy.
he thick, but I just like the message that he had in the first movie where
He's
he
like-
was just like, no, I'm going to fight to get it. I'm
Yeah,
not going
yeah.
to just take it. He was
And
like,
he
no.
went to high school in Brighton, New York, just miles away from me. But he claims he's from Brooklyn.
The
Winston, come on and claim your Rochester roots with us. We
doing
need you
Invisible
back
Character.
here.
Details.
M'Baku's from New York?
Yeah, he's from.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think he was born in Brooklyn.
He's so
I think
fine.
we lived for a while, he was in
Yeah,
Rochester.
and
I-
Jobu lived in Oakland, so it could be it.
And I'm from
Not the
Seattle.
character, the actor.
And I'm from Seattle. And I'm also the star of Black Panther.
Congratulations.
I think it's Angela Bassett. I think it's Angela Bassett. And also, I said that to my
She
mom.
is
I was like,
brolic.
I think it's Angela Bassett. She was like, oh, wasn't she a little bit older? And I was like, do you know this woman's workout routine? The workout routine that most celebrities have to go through is so insane. But Angela Bassett's is really insane. She eats like 1 cup of yogurt a day and works out 3 times a day.
They put Gwyneth Paltrow in a suit. They can
Yeah,
put
sure.
anyone in a suit.
Someone said Pepper Potts, obviously. Now that sounds like an idea I can get behind.
If it's Pepper
Yes.
Potts.
Third shift.
Oh
no.
my God.
Canceled. You and third shift.
God.
No, I do think, and I think that'd be a really sick thing. I really liked Angela Bassett. I wanted more of her in the first movie because she was like a mom that was like mourning and she didn't talk as much. But in this, I'm like, in that.
Should be a mom who's mourning, who's talking a lot.
No, she's mourning 2, not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
1. And she's like, my family's died. You think I'm the queen of the strongest place in the world? And I was like, go off. I said, pop off. Who has real Wakanda in her that's like boasting it? That woman is.
I would like to see it. I think it should be Nakia. I think she would be like a
Yeah,
great
she'd be
choice.
good.
Okoye makes a good point, but like I think she's like being head of the Dora Milaje. I don't think she wants to be the Black Panther. My question is where they got some more heart-shaped herb hidden away? Didn't Killmonger burn
I
everything?
think
did,
they
yeah.
can still make it, and I can't remember in which one they did, but they Suri could make like a faux version.
Yeah.
She can make a faux version of it, and I think that's why Riri's there is to help her
Oh,
with
okay.
making it. So I think they're gonna be making artificial.
Some impossible heart-shaped herb.
Some impossible heart-shaped herb, and then Bass comes out and is like, "I'm gonna." Oh, sorry, beyond heart-shaped herb. And then Bass is gonna show up and put her heart in the ground or whatever. Like
Pasta herb?
Oh my
Ooh.
God, you
That sounds
three.
like hydroponic weed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually are just gonna smoke a blunt and then go see a bunch of.
Hey, that was like last week when we had to think of weed strains. Or 2
Oh.
weeks, actually 2 weeks ago.
I think
Where
Ryan.
does the
did.
time go?
Where does the time go? What about like a Killmonger from another timeline?
People are
This is the
obsessed.
multiverse saga. We're in the multiverse saga.
There's people that I read a bunch of theories about online on Twitter that were like a big part, and different takes, obviously different interpretations. Eric Killmonger being like his last words of like, put me in the water with the rest of my ancestors.
Yep.
And then if his body was like given to the water, the ocean, and they found him in the ocean.
Oh, okay.
And
you think the Atlanteans somehow revived him?
T'Challa did say, "We can save you."
And he was like, no, dude.
Yeah.
And I like that theory. I know it's different, up to different interpretations, that that monologue, but it spoke to me and I liked it.
People seem to be liking Killmonger theories. He's
People like the Killmonger theories. It looks like the chat's also liking Shuri. Put a Shuri in the suit. I mean, it's possible.
It's
happened
canon
in the comics.
Yeah,
it is
so that's
canon.
probably what's going to happen.
She also does become queen in the comics.
Oh.
She's the one who like attacks Atlantis at one point.
Ooh.
Namor tries to make a peace deal with T'Challa, and he's like, "I'm not in charge right now. You gotta go through the official channels." And it doesn't go well. Not for Atlantis, but that was revenge for the tidal wave.
They should have never tidal waved him.
They should have never tidal waved him.
Either way, do you think it's gonna be like immediate or later in the film where we see the person in the suit? Do you think that fight scene between him and Namor are gonna show up like last minute? I think it's true, because they're gonna be like, we can fight them, and then be like, we need more. We need a little bit more.
So you think that for the majority of the movie, there'll be no one?
There'll be no
Black Panther.
I mean, but Marvel has like a pretty good track record of not showing third act stuff in trailers. They certainly have. They did it with like Shang-Chi, we eventually, but they were putting out a lot for Shang-Chi. I don't know.
But you have
I don't know.
But it's different when it's Black Panther, because it's like, we all have been asking who's going to be Black Panther. So I think that's when they finally put the third act in the trailer.
And they were like, they kind of had to show it in the trailer. Like, there will be an answer.
Yeah, there will be an answer at least.
I hope it's not like a flashback or something like that. That would be awful trickeration.
Because I think Voss did the breakdown where he was like, this is Namor in the fight.
Yeah.
When the nails come out. So I think it's today.
It's gotta be.
Or at least
unless it was like dealing with Namor in the past.
I will fight. I will physically fight
or something like that.
I will physically fight. I will physically.
She will physically fight. She'll come down and fight you. Miguel Lager sending in a super chat. Kevin Hart is in the suit.
Someone said Wong in the suit.
I did see someone say Wong will save the day in the end. Caleb Jacobs also sending in a super chat. In Namor's mind, he's cleansing Wakanda, aka the X-Men. I mean, Namor is a mutant.
Yeah.
We know the mutants exist now in the MCU, so.
And he's allegedly one of the first mutants, like in the comic
he was.
books.
He wasn't a mutant then, retroactively a mutant, and they don't even really know what his power is. Because if you don't know, Namor can fly. He's got little wingies.
He's a little. What's the Greek mythology? The Hermes. He's a little Hermes.
But like the wings are vestigial. They're not powerful enough to make him fly. I don't know.
In this movie, they're gonna get him to jump. He's gonna slam dunk on the Black Panther. It's gonna turn into a basketball movie.
T.D. Jones also sending in a super chat for Tommy's tolerance class.
All right, I think we're good on that. That's a wrap.
Mo sent in a super chat, loving T. Michael Rooney.
Okay, but for significantly less money. So
significantly less money.
I'm just kidding.
Alice 2746 also sending in a super chat for your Stand Your Water fund. That's right. Stand Your Water.
Don't you connect that to me?
Lord,
connect it to Tommy.
Whoa! Why?
You're on a roll, baby.
You're
gonna be a star.
Face first landing.
Rao sent in a super chat, loving the idea of an Atlantean Rumspringa. So much fun. Sorry, looking at some of these super chats.
Bucky is not in the suit, if that's what you meant. Patrick
Bucky.
Oh my God. I think
the White Wolf and the Black Panther.
I think Bucky is absolutely going to show up in Wakanda Forever. Oh, how we left in Falcon and Winter Soldier, he's working with the Dora Milaje right now, right? So I think they're going to force him to come back to Wakanda
to help out.
Or something. But I do think he's like the one like white man in the MCU, other than what's his name,
Coulson?
that can just come in, just come in whenever they want. They're like, yeah, you can walk around, make yourself at home, sit in our hot springs.
I have a question.
Bathe in cocoa butter.
Quasi pertinent to this. Is Everett K. Ross supposed to be related to Thunderbolt Ross?
I don't think they're supposed to be related. I believe they're supposed to be completely separate characters because they both exist in the comic books and they're not related.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry.
But maybe they'll be related here.
Thank you, the Storm Vigil.
More Liv Tyler. Bring back Betty
I
Ross.
do miss
Liv
Betty
Ross.
Tyler.
Bring her back.
And
And Liv Schreiber. Bring back Liv
Bring back Sabretooth.
Bring
Come
back
on.
I'm sorry, I
Sabretooth.
couldn't hear.
It's okay, BB.
What? What?
And we do want to remind you all that we will be having Talokan on Friday this week. We thank you all for being here for Talokan. I'm sorry we had to postpone it. There was just so much going on.
Yeah.
But Talokan will be big. If you did break your wrist or do any sort of damage to yourself to get out of work today, we apologize. Just extend that all the way through Friday.
Tell him I killed your grandma.
Yeah. Tell
on
Tommy.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Say that on
That's
Thursday.
why you need to tune in, because
Yes.
Tommy killed your grandma.
You're going to confront me live on the air.
And you need to see him on the air.
And I enjoyed
Did
it.
we get the poll of who they think is in the suit?
It looked like 54% think that Shuri's in the
I
suit.
see. I see it.
I think it's because they've been leading us that direction.
I can't wait until it's Angela Bassett and you guys are
I think that's
all-
a good guess.
I like the
Great.
idea of it.
I like
I
that.
don't think Angela Bassett was on that poll. That's why
sorry.
she wasn't there.
Oh, neither is Lupita.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna do
We can only do 4.
And you chose
There's too many
M'Baku
choices.
over. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Do you think it's possible that multiple people could be wearing the suit?
Oh, imposters.
I
Are they
would
going to
like
pull a
that.
Thor
If
Love
it's-
and Thunder where like everyone gets to be a
If
Black
it was
Panther?
if it's Lupita's character, I 100% could see her going that route, being like, "This is shared amongst us. This is
everybody.
we are Black Panther."
Like a Captain Planet scenario.
Yeah, except for
powers
you can still
combined.
work without the other kids.
Yeah.
I could see her going that route. I just wanted to be. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna keep writing this Angela Bassett. It's only because I'm like it's also an older person coming back into the MCU. I mean, yes, we have Michelle Pfeiffer.
As the original Wasp.
Yeah, it's what's her name though? It's
Hope.
Hope.
No, Janet
Van Dyne.
Janet Van Dyne. I'm happy to like see those people join in like in the movies, and I'm like, we could also get Angela Bassett. We can get Angela Bassett in that suit.
Yeah.
Who won Best Comic-Con gripe?
They love Justice.
More Blade. More Blade.
Dick Tracy came too late. Also, it's Tracy Tracy. How dare you?
Yeah, the poll was rigged.
How dare you? The
Poll
disrespect
rigged.
to my boy Dick Tracy.
I'm thanking you to the 20% that are right.
Don't want to get into it. Guys, tomorrow we're going to be digging into Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars as we continue to break down all of this
Dynasty.
awesome Comic-Con news
Yes.
that we got.
Yep.
And don't forget, we're still doing our clip of the week on our Discord, so be sure to submit your favorite break room clips in our Discord. Join our Discord. Get on it. Have these conversations on
Sorry.
our Discord.
It made me upset. Vortex Man said the elderly Avengers.
Yeah.
They're only getting older.
The
They're
old
only getting older.
Avengers.
And don't forget to follow us on TikTok at _breakroom. And don't forget, Friday's going to be Talokan. You folks are making it happen, and it's going to happen.
Yes.
Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you had a great Monday so far. So much fun going into work, talking about Comic-Con with all your friends.
Oh, and I just want to make one announcement.
Oh, make an announcement.
I just recently heard from T. Michael Bechtold. He will be releasing not 1, not 2, but 3 trailers for the upcoming slate of T. Michael Bechtold films on Friday. So for those of you that are fans of him, he's going to be releasing 3 trailers of films on the slate, and I'm told they're all rated NC-17.
I don't
All
think
right.
anyone
Oh
is a fan of T.
gosh.
Michael Bechtold.
There
There's
are
a few.
tens of T. Michael
There's a few,
Bechtold
there's a
out
few
there.
I
out there.
love Tommy. I don't like T. Michael Bechtold.
Make sure you tune
I don't like
in
him
on
either.
Friday for Talokan. It's gonna be insane. We thank you all so much for being here. We hope you have a great rest of your Monday. We love you. Bless you. Latest Gators. Have
Bless
a great
you.
day.
We
Adios.
gonna be all
Muche
right.
to muche.
Bye.
Hello, nerds.